Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Kimberly Ephone's Tarot. Today, we're going to be discussing just current events, chaos magic, and it could relate to one or many people in specific communities, as well as it could be somewhat of like a world reading, whatever it pertains to. Take what flies and leave the rest for somebody else to appreciate. With that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and remove my styling hat to make it a thing. I know it ain't no secret that, I'm the most styling guy on the block with my fedora. And I know that's really angers some people in my family because they hate it when I look good and I rock it with style. Because they're competing, but there's no competition. Anyways, let's ring the bell and get down like Charlie Brown. See what comes out. Now, before I get into this next reading, I just want to say anybody or whoever is sending chaos magic my way, I claim that my enemy is my footstool, return to sender tenfold, and may any negative energies, low vibrational frequencies, or soulless skeletal beings be staked with a spork and enjoy their handcuffs if they do not abide by the law. So with that being said, let's get down like Charlie Brown. We're all law-abiding citizens here. At least I am, and I don't believe in breaking the law. But let's get down, see what comes out here. The first card is the Four of Coins. Okay, I'm just going to draw 7 cards and then go through them one at a time. I shuffled these up better than the last reading, which was just straight from the top of the deck. The second card, the Three of Coins. Okay, one coin after the other. That's interesting. The third card, Justice. Oh, shit. Isn't it somewhat symbolic that we hit that Justice card on the third shuffle? I just find that interesting. That could be somewhat symbolic if you believe in the number 3 playing a part. Ace of Swords is number 4. The number 4 is has spiritual meanings as well. Number 5 is Four of Wands. Number 6 is Three of Wands. Now, I shuffled these pretty good, so it's kind of interesting. We had the Justice, then we had Ace of Swords, Four of Wands, Three of Wands. We got one more. Let's make this the 7th. Two of Wands. Holy shit. I didn't do a piss poor job on shuffling these. I wasn't taking on the role of a lazy ass bitch boy ass kiss in a management position who just throws his weight around but doesn't know shit about hard work and doesn't really know the meaning of hard work. That's not me at all. We rock hard work here, and whatever we do, we're prosperous. We claim it. The enemy is my footstool. Let's go through the meanings of these 7 cards. Somewhat scatterbrained, right? Because I'm just showing the cards before I get into the meaning of each one. But you guys saw it go down, and I made sure to shuffle the deck well. It's just kind of interesting how these cards came out the way they did. Let's go through them and discuss the meanings of each one. Okay, so just a confirmation. The enemy is my footstool. Let's ring it out, make it a thing. Return to sender tenfold to anybody who sends out dark or negative energies. And may anybody who chooses to break the law and agree to obstruction of justice be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law, as well as be spiritually held accountable for their abuse of power and injustices against innocent people because they are a shitty leader or whatever the case. The first draw from the shuffle, Four of Coins. Okay. The Four of Coins represents greed and an unwillingness to open up or share. Upright, it represents hoarding, possession, financial stability, materialism, and stinginess. Ain't that a thing? I can name at least 3 people who are extremely materialistic hoarders, and they rely on other people to get their shit done. But in reverse, it represents gambling, recklessness, letting go, generosity, and large purchases. Since we shuffled it, and since it came out the way it did, everything I'm pulling from the top of the deck since I shuffled it would be in reverse, the way I'm interpreting it. But I find it interesting. Gambling. So it's somebody who's reckless with money that is given to them. And that's not really me, but I've had people steal money from me and commit fraud. Just a reminder, return to sender on people who send me negative energies, agree to obstruction of justice and breaking the law. Recklessness. So somebody who's reckless with their decisions, they don't really think things through too well. They just do what they do. They throw their weight around. Can I get a televised reactional for that? Somebody give me my own TV show and dress me up in a suit. I think it would be really cute to alert my viewers and let them know I like to throw my weight around and abuse people every day. And I'm not being sarcastic, by the way, because I definitely do not speak fluent sarcasm. Letting go. It means you have an arrogant, stubborn motherfucker in this chaos magic. He needs to let the fuck go, or just have a marine spirit swallow him up or something if that's what he goes to for his power, or get hit by a bus or something along the lines of that. I don't wish it on anyone. It's universal energy where so much injustice and abuse of power is done to the point where you just get fucked up somehow through spirit. And spirit has always shown me in one way or another that people who abuse their power get it back in some sort of way, right? I mean, can somebody want to get a pint and drink that in, because that's just the energy I'm picking up on. And large purchases. So we have reckless people who are gambling. They're reckless. They make large purchases. But what are you purchasing? Are you purchasing the illusion of power? Are you just throwing your money around? Are you being fair with the position given to you? If not, fuck off, man. Anyways, let's get on to the next card. 3 of coins. Now, isn't it interesting that we drew a 4 of coins first, a 3 of coins next, and I did quite a good shuffle on it. But 3 of coins means learning from one another. Teach their apprentice how to become a shaman. They are demanding teachers, but their student is dedicated. All 3 put in hard work that pays off with the success of a new generation. Now, reversed, which is how I'm interpreting every card, is poor work ethic, apathy, lack of goals, and willfulness. So if we tie this into the last card I pulled, poor work ethic can be somewhat of a thing. Maybe somebody has an important position and they're dedicated to doing a piss poor job at the position given to them, and they're not very responsible or emotionally intelligent with the decisions they make. So we have a lack of goals. A self-fulfilling man or woman with a position of power has a lack of goals, in a sense that the ultimate goal is self-serving, and they refuse to use their power to help others, and they're willing to become dirty and cheat in order to maintain their position. But we know it ain't shit, and so does the universe. Willfulness. At some point, something's got to give, somebody in a position of power who abuses it. You can't keep doing what you do and expect no results. No matter what you worship or believe in, if you keep going the way you're going, you're bound to the decisions you make. And it might not end too well for you. I don't know. Justice. Now, the meaning for this in the reverse, which is how I'm interpreting each card that I pull, is really, really symbolic to somebody who abuses their power. In reverse, it means bias, false accusations, intolerance, abuse, and dishonesty. Well, as somebody who can relate to being a person who was not treated right, who was not given a fair chance to defend himself when accused of things, I can relate to that a lot. But the fact that I'm drawing this justice card in reverse, the way it's been drawn, just really shows me the lengths corrupt people are willing to go in order to maintain their corruption, rather than just say, okay, I fucked up, I'm going to do right by you now. They refuse to do right. And that intolerance really shows, as well as the abuse and dishonesty, when you lie to people so much that you even end up lying to yourself sometimes. And you can lie to everybody around you. You can lie to the whole damn world, but you can't lie to the universe. You can't cheat universal law. And you can't escape karma, which is always a double-edged sword, especially if You claim to be a god who issues out karma in order to suit your needs. Justice is making decisions with all of the facts and accepting the consequences of any choice made. It is punishment of the corrupt and promotion of the deserving. That is 100%. Corrupt people should not be rewarded for being corrupt, right? Somebody pour a pint, somebody drink that all in, bro. Don't eat any peyote now. Don't invest in overseas accounts, buddy. How's your suit? Is it looking good? I hope you're enjoying it. Bro, did you get a good skid in, bro? Let me know, bro. So justice in the reverse. I mean, you can tell yourself you're protected, you can be corrupt as fuck, but the universe knows how corrupt you are. Universal law doesn't lie. Karma doesn't lie. And good luck, Chuck, to say the least, to whoever plays in that sort of chaos. Ace of Swords, if you're chaotic as fuck, you're reckless and you abuse power, you tell lies, you cheat, you expect come-ups off of other people, but you refuse to do the work. My enemy is my footstool, but this could be a reading to anybody who does chaos magic. I'm going to claim it, baby. Ring the bell. Return to sender tenfold. The enemy is my footstool. So Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords represents a sudden burst of inspiration, a new solution, a new way of thinking to break through a problem. Now, in reverse, which is how I drew it again, it's a lack of communication, misinformation, riggedy, and confusion. Well, I'm not confused about somebody who casts illusions. That we know for certain. The lack of communication, I'm not confused about. It's just corrupt people who have stone face when they know that they fucked up and they refuse to give the proper communication. So they live in the lies and illusions they created for everybody around them, and everything they touch turns to sewer rodent because they're taking their sewer rodent position and they're turning everybody who follows them, being that piss poor leader that they are, into other sewer rodents. And together, it's going to be a whole fucking like pond of just disgusting, filthy water. Man, isn't that disgusting? I don't even think the marine spirits want to rock in that dirty water. It's dirty as fuck, man. Misinformation. Of course, misinformation is the biggest flex to a dumbass retard who doesn't know how to fucking use their power, right? And confusion. Well, we're not confused. You are. Riggedy. Riggedy, raggedy, riggedy, riggedy, rag. Return to sender on you corrupt, evil motherfuckers who don't know what's right and wrong, or you do know what's right and wrong, you fail to grasp reality when reality calls, which reality has you on speed dial, you just don't answer. Four of Wands. What does Four of Wands mean? How I drew the Four of Wands in reverse represents self-doubt, canceled plans, and gloom. Well, isn't it a thing that all these are lining up in the name of corruption and being like that poor leader who doesn't do right by their people? The self-doubt represents the ability to do right. The canceled plans represents the fact that somebody who's stubborn as fuck would do anything in order to maintain the illusions they created, because everything a sewer rodent touches turns to sewer. But the plan is canceled because the mask falls off so much to the point where the sewer rodent is exposed for being a piece of shit. It's like, you guys ever see that movie Predator? I did a movie short on this, a reaction to it. You know, in that movie Predator, where he's getting one last look at the predator at the end of the scene, and the predator takes off his mask to reveal his natural form to him. And Dutch is like, you are one ugly motherfucker. Because God don't like evil, everybody. God don't like ugly. And gloom. Of course, you would naturally have gloom when you're a poor leader who makes bad choices and does not guide people in the right direction, does not understand how to lead, does not understand how to strategize effectively and efficiently without causing complete chaos. Now, some people, chaos is like a drug to them, right? Congratulations on your achievement. The Three of Wands. Three of Wands represents hard work and travel. The princess takes a long journey to rescue her prince. So reversed represents returning home, wallowing, frustration, and delays. Of course. So somebody maybe made an attempt to help a brother out. This is the enchanted pig. And it's kind of a thing where, somebody made an effort to assist somebody, but for whatever reason, their effort was not successful. And then they're returning home, just wallowing, frustration, and delays. Kind of represents that same chaotic energy that the people created represents. Please rescue me, beautiful. Oh, wait, she wanted her own lip line instead. It is what it is. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing, and return chaos magic to sender. The enemy is my footstool, and universal law and energy does not lie, even if you lie to yourself, beautiful. And I hope your beautification rituals are an epic fail when you try to destroy innocent people. Two of Wands. That's the last card that on the deck. The Two of Wands represents travel and commerce. The god of doorways and transition is able to look to the past and future in order to make effective decisions. He's always in motion, connecting dreams with actual possibilities. I feel like that's the energy that I'm mostly operating in. And no matter what obstacles people place in front of me, I understand my worth, I understand my potential, and I understand the lies, delusions, and epic fails set in motion to create intentional obstacles through abuse of power, injustices, and sometimes related to obstruction of justice, but take whatever works and leave the rest, all right, y'all? So in reverse, it represents doubt, fear of the unknown, and playing it safe. Now, isn't it safe and comfortable when a merchant sits back on their easy chair, right? This is something I mentioned from a book about materialism. The merchant sits comfortably in their easy chair while they allow others to do their dirty work for them in the process of really feeling like they're untouchable. But even if they're protected, with the people around them and their position, the universe understands their abuse of power because energy doesn't lie. And this ain't no lip line, beautiful. I mean, you're looking sexy as fuck and everything. I know we can't rock with each other, but just the fact that this came out as the last card could be somewhat symbolic. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this chaos read. It's for people specifically who dabble in chaos magic, and they get giddy, pretty, witty, and gay, dabbling in chaos magic, and they're like, ooh, I feel goofy, I feel giddy. My feet are tapping, I feel like dancing. I'm going to start a band called Happy Feet 69, and then it's like, oh shit. Return to sender tenfold. My enemy is my footstool. I don't dabble in chaos magic, but don't you dare think for a second that I cannot ask the universe, as well as my ancestors, angels, and protectors and guides, to steer me in the right direction, as well as bring back to you whatever you're sending out to me or other innocent people. And also anybody who has went down from a corrupt person who abuses their power in the past. This could be presenting a 6-piece of Popeye's chicken on a platter for you while you sit comfortably in your office on your easy chair. Let me know if that resonates with you or not, but take what flies and leave the rest. God forbid somebody tampers with documentation and changing around people's personal records. Either way, let's not run you your money because you'll get nothing from that type of corruption, and it's abuse of power. I hope you don't get demoted. Have a good one, y'all.